Hello, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to our Wednesday evening presentation, 8:30 till 9, half an hour, 30 minutes. And my name is James Sanderson. It's my enormous pleasure to be your host. Sarah is not with us this evening. She is having a little bit of rest and relaxation, which we all deserve, and so she's doing that. So it's my pleasure to host this evening. I've been involved with the Juice Plus company for I've been involved with the company now for 34 years, can you believe? So anyway, it's just been a lifelong love affair. That's all I can say. And, I'm just still as involved with it as I was when I first started. So it is extraordinary. But there we go. It's extraordinary company, extraordinary products, and extraordinary people. So we hope that we will be able to show you a good representation of what we're all about tonight. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hearing in a moment about the product from our wonderful Paula. Then we're going to be hearing a story from Geoff Gardner, who's a cyclist, a competitive cyclist. Then we're going to be coming back to me, and I'm going to be doing the business presentation because Howard is otherwise disposed. He's at an antiques fair. So there we go. So that's exciting. And then we're going to be welcoming our special guest, Rachel Allen. And she is a qualifier for the Center Parcs incentive. So that's really why we're on. And that's what we're going to be talking about when she's on, her story and what you have to do and how she managed to do that. All right. Well, look, without further ado, it's my enormous pleasure to welcome Paula Wilkinson on. And Paula, just before you start, you have just been to hear Adele and the Rolling Stones.
Oh yeah, hi everyone and hi James. But actually I didn't get tickets. I completely cheated. I just sat on the other side of the fence. So we heard all the concert and heard everything that was going on inside, but we weren't crushed in the middle and we didn't have to pay for tickets. So win-win.
They couldn't be more different, could they? But I think that the people I spoke to both were like absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they both sounded absolutely amazing. And we could see the screen as well from the outside. So yeah, I mean, they were both absolutely incredible. And I really do think that Mick Jagger is on Juice Plus and Paul McCartney. That's the only way I can put down that they can jump around like that in, like almost 80 years old.
It is extraordinary. It shows us all up, doesn't it? So it's wonderful. So Paula, we'd love to hand over to you now, just to take us through a whiz on the products.
Okay, my pleasure. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Paula and I'm going to be sharing with you our amazing, just a quick overview of our amazing Juice Plus products. I've been taking the products for over 8 years and I will never ever stop taking them. I absolutely love them. I haven't had a day sick since I started taking them. I haven't been ill. I did have COVID, but I wasn't ill. And I've got so much more energy and my skin's better. I just feel better than what I ever have. So I'll just run through what they are. So basically, they are the most...
I share my screen with you because this is the bonus plan.
If everyone can just move.
Everybody starts off
right,
and they work their way up through the rankings. And you collect both.
There we go. Sorry, Paula.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll continue. So what makes our products unique? They are the world's most researched nutritional products. They have got over 40 gold standard clinical studies back in their outstanding health benefits. And so, basically everybody will benefit, every single cell in your body benefits because they're made of the main products, the premium capsules, which I'll run through in a second, are made of 30 raw fruits, vegetables and berries. And we all know that the more fruits and vegetables we eat, the healthier we are. But unfortunately, we just don't get enough in our diet for whatever reason. Affordability at the moment is a big thing. Supply of what there is in the supermarket and like the quality and also convenience, time, the whole works. So our capsules just help to just really make that easy for you and give you all what you need from a variety of 30 fruits and vegetables every single day in a really easy, convenient and affordable way. And they help to just bridge that gap between what we are eating and what we should be eating to keep healthy and get our diet just absolutely packed full of essential nutrients, antioxidants and all those things that help to keep us our body healthy. They work at a cellular level. They are bioavailable, so they're not vitamins, so don't get them confused with vitamins that are, the multivits that you see in the supermarkets and Boots and whatever, that are synthetic made and just really basically just kind of flush through your system without doing very much at all. These are real nutrients, nutrition, real food. So you can see here on the slide some of the other benefits as well. And also, as well as adults being able to benefit from the health benefits, we've got them for the whole family. We've got our amazing Healthy Starts for Families program. As a mother, I'm hugely passionate about this. And basically, you buy the products that I've just been talking about, you're eligible absolutely free to get for a child from the age of 4 up to 21 in if they're in full-time education, absolutely free, either chewables or capsules depending on their age. So the whole family can get all of those essential nutrients every day. You can get your children to have broccoli and spinach and kale and all that every day in just either a chewable or a capsule. So absolutely win-win for the whole family. And as I said, absolutely free. We've had over 1.5 million families all over the world taking part in this program, with over 96% reporting positive health benefits. And there is a slide actually, James, is it there? There's just got a few more of the statistics there. Maybe it's not there this evening. But anyway, so the whole family can get on that. And then we've also got our complete range. So as the name suggests, we've got, it's a complete meal. So basically it's got everything your body needs for a highly nutritious meal. The most popular one being, the shake here that you can, very versatile, you can have as a shake or a smoothie bowl or a pancake or a waffle or whatever you want. I'm addicted to these. I would never start my day with anything else. Even if I travel, I take the little sachets. And amazing breakfast, give you all the nutrition you need for a healthy, balanced meal, 19 grams of plant protein, 17 of the fruits and vegetables that I've just been talking about, and everything else that you need to be healthy for a meal, and gives you energy for hours and keeps you going for hours as well. Really good for weight loss as well. If you want to replace other meals of the day, it's only 220 calories and in its healthy weight loss, or you can use it as a snack, on the go meal, whatever you want. And you've got the bars, we've got the soup, which you don't need in this weather, and we've got the boosters, which help with weight loss as well. And then we've got our Perform, which is our newest member of the family, but soon to be not the newest, because we've got another launch tomorrow, which I don't think I've got time to go through, but I think James might maybe touch on the subject. But we've got Perform is for people who exercise basically, or want to exercise, and it's 25 grams of plant protein, very low sugar, vitamin D's, vitamin B's, gives you lots of energy for your workout. You get the best, more out of your workout. It helps to build muscle mass and also helps with your recovery, so you don't get those aches. And so basically Juice Plus is just about trying to give you different products to help you be healthy, and get the best out of our body and our health, and that's pretty much the whole range. Thanks, James, and thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks, Paula. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you. As always, you just present that so beautifully. Thank you very, very much. Right, so now let's move on to our first guest, Geoff. Geoff, are you there? Geoff is being ushered into the studio, I can see, in Nottingham, is he? Or hello? Hello?
Right, I'm with you now.
Oh, brilliant. So have we've just moved to studio 2, I think.
Yes, Natasha's in another room.
Yeah, right. Good. Well, look, Geoff, it's
she's waving.
To have you on. Thank you so much. just in about 2 minutes, if you can, if you could just tell us a little about your story, and I think you're going to tell us a little bit about Perform.
Well, yeah, my story is Natasha, my wife, Natasha W. Gardiner, got me involved with Juice Plus, said, you're going to take it. And I asked why. And she said, because it's good for you, just take it. And I started that in probably about 2017. And it's been absolutely wonderful. What I have started to use just recently is the new Perform products. Previously to that, I did use Complete. But I just find Perform is just so much better for my cycling and gym usage. The fact that it's so low in the sugar, it's got all the vitamin Bs that I need to use to keep my energy levels high before my events. I actually take it before I take exercise, and I now take it after I take exercise, where previously I would have used Complete before my sporting activities. I still use Complete, but not for my sporting activities. So Perform is absolutely wonderful. I have to say, this probably isn't going to be great for a Juice Plus advert, but it does take an awful lot of blending. It is quite kind of gritty in your teeth. I don't know if anybody else has found that, but I tend to use it just for water. But it does need a lot of blending, a lot of mixing. But the flavour is great. Love the flavour. So yeah, my story has been taking Complete for a long time. Now moved over to Perform, and it's wonderful. Much better than anything else I used to use in the past, being whey. You very kindly said that I'm a racing cyclist. I haven't really raced for probably about 20 years, but if Perform was about when I was racing 25 years ago, it would have been absolutely fantastic. Well, to be honest, there wasn't the nutrition in sport that we have nowadays, and the nutrition that Juice Plus give us for sport is so much better than anything that science and support can produce, or High Five or Gatorade. Yeah, it's so much better than anything else that's out there.
Great, Geoff. Thank you, Geoff, very, very much indeed. That's a tremendous.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, great, well done. Thank you very much. Good.
You're welcome.
Yeah, take care. So we're now going to go on and we're going to look at the business side, and I'm going to present this. So, you know, the business side is really, really fascinating. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. I first saw this in a hotel in Dallas, Texas, of about 500 people. And I was like, what is going on here? But I sat there attentively and watched and listened, and the penny started to drop. And I began to realize that this was a company really providing solutions for people. And that's the thing that really, really appealed to me. So what we've got now with the company, if we've got something in order of about 7,000 people registering every month. So that is extraordinary, isn't it? But people have been drawn to the ethics of the company, to the interest of the company, the fact they're providing solutions, the track record, the 50-year-old company, simplicity of it. One of the things that really appeals to me is that although we've got 7,000 people joining, right, it's fantastic, 90% of all of the customers for Juice Plus products are not involved in the business. Let me say that again. 90% of all the people that are involved, that are taking the Juice Plus products are not involved in the business, which means that we're not a buyer's club. We're not a group of people assembling a group of franchisees or distributors who are all buying the product. No, we've got a vast user base of people who, a lot of them have no idea about any type of business activity going on at all, other than obviously just taking the product. So for me, that is absolutely wonderful. The other thing that I just love about the company, 52 years old, this is the, this is the third major product range that they've had. They started off with smoke detectors. That's turned over 100 million with that. Then they went into water and air, in-home water systems, and now Juice Plus. And of course, Juice Plus has become so successful that they actually named the company after the product. So that's really, you know, what we're looking at in terms of the excitement of it all. Now, if we look at this, you can see how we can move up through the program. Now, first thing to say is that there was a clear promotional program, clear career path going all the way from partner, which you can't see at the bottom left, all the way up to PMD plus. And effectively and essentially, we're all doing the same. What we're doing is we're sharing our story, talking to people about the product, and you know, most people will just become customers, and then we're also talking to people about the business side as well. So you'll see in the gray, you know, this is where people are developing their customer base, developing their familiarity with the business, beginning to build a small team. Then if you look at the green, this is where people take on much more established leadership role. And this is where people are building their business, they're building their team, and they're doing that really on a predominantly on a national level throughout the UK. Then in the orange, you can say this is where people are beginning to go international. And this has been an amazing revelation for me. And pretty early on, I started building internationally, not by any great design. It was just that people started talking to other people in other countries. And relatively quickly, I got a business going in Germany and Switzerland and really now all over the world. So that's the way it works. And you can see that there's £119,480 worth of bonuses that are available as we go all the way up from partner all the way up to PMD plus. Now, not everyone wants to go to PMD plus. We do understand that. But for anyone, even just in the gray zone, you know, I'm not going to make any income claims here, but people can do nicely. People can develop a reasonable, healthy part-time income that in the current scenario makes an enormous difference. So that's just a little bit about how the program works. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you know, you can ask the person in more detail if you'd like, and they can show you more about that. Now, let's go in a little bit more focused now. So when we first start, in our first 3 months, we can earn, let's say, from 330 to just over £1,000. A combination of commissions, retail profit, and bonuses. And all that we're doing is we are taking the product, sharing our story with people, and we are seeking to explain about the product to people, or attracting people to the product, and then encouraging them to go on the product themselves, to enjoy it, and then some of those people will begin to become team, and so on and so forth. Now, as we do this, we begin to discover who our tribe is, the people that we best relate to, and also we'll begin to realize that the particular products that we want to talk to people about. You know, Paula was just talking about the Healthy Starts program. I mean, that is incredible for families. So if you've got a family, you know, the Healthy Starts is fantastic. If you're more of an athlete, well, Perform is very good. If you are very much lifestyle focused and you want to have a good addition in terms of a shake every day for more energy, more vitality, better skin, etc., then the shakes, the complete, are good for you. So there's something here for everyone. And I think that's the really great thing, that we're here to serve people. That's what it's all about. And we have something really here for everyone. Now, if we just move on, we'll see where we are in the world. So in the world, here we are. So the Juice Plus company has been going for 52 years now. Started in 1970 by Jay Martin in Memphis, Tennessee. He was a school teacher. I think he put in $1,000, can you believe, to start this business, and it's now turned over billions. So really, his vision, contribution is absolutely epic. I mean, if you ever get a chance to meet him, you'd have to go to the US conferences to meet him now, because he doesn't tend to travel that much. But really, what a man, what an incredible guy. All right, so you can see that we're in North America and Europe, but look at the gaps for the rest of the world. I mean, look at all of the gaps, you know, in Asia, South America, you know, Japan, obviously Africa. You know, there's so much further development to be done. And Juice Plus recently received an enormous investment from Palo Alto in California, you know, from an investment company of well, millions and millions and millions, because they can see the vast potential of our business. We're tried and proven, and now it's time to, you know, take it across the world. So you couldn't be in a better place at a better time if you're looking at this for the first time, because it's tried, it's proven, you've got a great system to roll it out. All we have to do is just work the system. You know, normally when you start a business, you have to trial and error to find a way that it works or to work it, but we've got that already with this. So all we have to do is effectively just get moving, and the results will definitely come. So tremendously exciting. So now what we're going to do is we're going to welcome our super special guest, Rachel Allen. And I hope that you're there, Rachel.
Hello, hello. Hi, James.
Oh, so wonderful to see you. And you've moved into your new house.
I have my new Dorset home.
Where are you? I can see your garden.
Yeah, I'm in my kind of the side of my kitchen at the moment. It's my new Dorset home. I absolutely love it.
I love that. You've got a garden. And whereabouts are you in the country?
I'm in Dorset.
Wonderful.
Yes, I'm in a town called Sherborne in Dorset.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Where did you move from, by the way, just very quickly?
Well, I've lived in a few places, but I did just before this live in Manchester.
Right. So
yes.
That's a big change, you know.
Yeah, big change. But I mean, I've lived in quite a few different places, so I'm quite used to moving. I don't really mind it, to be honest.
I agree with you. I rather like it, actually. I never used to move. Now I'm like, well, I'm happy to move almost any time, really.
Oh, yeah. Same.
Why not? You know, because you get rid of stuff, don't you? And then on you go.
Yeah, it's a fresh new start.
Rachel, so thrilled to have you on. Thank you so much. So you are an EMD, and we were just talking about those positions a moment ago.
Yeah.
Tell us your story. How have you done this?
Oh, here comes my child running in, right on cue. Sorry about that. I literally heard her coming and I was like, oh no.
Anyway, right, so EMD, you're a superstar. How have you done it?
Thank you. Oh, it's been a ride, and it's been the best ride ever. I started this business when I was 22 years old, and I was a student in the University of West London. So that's another place I used to live. I used to live in London, and I was in £40,000 of debt at the time. I was single, no children, a completely different person to what I am now, different stage of my life, and everything else. But I really wanted to be able to join just to have a bit of extra income, to be honest. And I'm not afraid to kind of say that, especially with the times how they are right now. You know, a lot of people could be really, really helped with a bit of an additional income. I never intended for this to be what it is for me now. I wanted to become a makeup artist on TV and film. That's what I was studying at university. I've got a Bachelor of Arts honours degree in specialist makeup, body painting, etc., etc. And I just wanted a bit of extra cash, really. But I soon realised that there is no roof on how far you can take this. And with a lot of career paths, you know, you can see, right, this is the end goal. This is how far I could get. And that's probably going to take me the duration of my life to reach there. And then once I reach there, I'm probably not going to work for much longer until I might retire. So I was just thinking, this can take me really, really far, quite to a lot of places, not just financially, but with a lot of things. And I remember thinking, when I become a mother in the future and I meet a partner and blah, 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 I would love to be someone who doesn't have to go to work anymore. And even it's odd now to think that I had that goal even before I was even in a solid relationship to start even thinking about that. I just thought, without going too deep into my story, when I joined the business, I'd recently just lost my mum. So I had this massive kind of like lack of this maternal bond. And so I just really thought, like, when I have my children, I just want to give them the best life ever, as every parent does. But if I see an opportunity, it's going to allow me to give them everything and more. And not just financially, like my time. My time is precious, and give them all of that. I was just like, that's what I have to be doing. I feel like I've gone off on a tangent, James. I'm just going on.
But look, I think, I mean, it's absolutely tremendous, but I think a lot of people are going to be thinking, well, how did you start? I mean, you've reached these stratospheric levels, but so many people on the call would be like, well, I'm just getting started. I've just started taking the product. I've just got my franchise. How on earth did you get going? And what did you do to get the momentum going?
So I feel like one of my biggest tips is that, and it's really easy to say this, I suppose, if you're not in it anymore, but it's to not overthink it. It's to not over plan. So I'm a classic overthinker. but I had to completely kind of let loose with that and just think it is as basic comes. And what I mean by that is all you need to focus on is customers and team members, and teaching your team members to do those first two again. So I say to my team, A, customers, B, team members, C, tell them to do A and B, and repeat. And so you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know the back office 100%. I look at like one of my uplines, John Hollowatty, and he hasn't got a clue about half the stuff on the office, but he's excited and he shares this opportunity. So a massive thing is never ever think that you're not ready to build a team. A lot of people say, I don't want to build a team yet because I feel like I'm not established enough. I brought in my first team member on the first day I joined because I was contagiously excited that people just wanted to know what I was doing. And the same with the products as well. Like the products for me, my kind of product story always came from a makeup artist background. So even though I kind of look like this now, you have to forgive me, I'm more of a tired mum now, but I have, cleared my skin, my hair was growing quicker, my nails were growing quicker. I also suffer with an underactive thyroid. It was massively helping with my energy level. No claims here, this is purely just my own story. But for me, I didn't need to overthink it, because as soon as someone asks me about Juice Plus, it just becomes just second nature to just suddenly become really, really passionate about what I'm talking about. So you have to excuse me. So lead with both, lead with the product and lead with the team members as well.
You, Rachel, just very quickly. I mean, when you're saying, well, look, it sounds great talking about customers and team, but where do these people come from? How did you start developing customers? Where did they come from? How did you start developing team? Because for a lot of people, it's like a mystery. People talk about customers, but where do these people come from?
Yes, I got a lot of people say to me like, oh, but I don't think any of my family or friends are going to order with me. It's one of the biggest pet hates that I get. Why do your customers and team members have to be friends and family? A lot of my friends and family did not order with me or join my team when I first joined. A lot of them doubted me. But you have social media. Social media is huge, and it still is huge. So if you think like, oh, maybe this isn't where it is at the moment, there's constant new platforms coming along that are opening, and Facebook and Instagram are always huge. You have a hot market, a warm market, and a cold market, and your cold market is absolutely insanely huge. Cold market being people that you do not know. They're complete strangers out there. Hot market obviously being your friend, your family, people that you know. Warm market being friends of friends, kind of people that you know of but not in your circle. Your cold market is where you need to be diving straight into the deep end in the cold end there. You need to be expanding your audience, so don't be afraid to be adding yourself into groups. Write down 10 things that you find interesting, or that you are a hobby or something you're passionate about or whatever, and search Facebook for it. You'll either find groups or pages, or you'll find a status that someone's done, and they're going to have tens of thousands of comments on this status. And I find loads of people there to add as friends as well. I see people that have got similar views to me on maybe some controversial subjects maybe, and I'll be like, they're my tribe, I get them. Without going into like things like politics and stuff like that, everyone's got their own views on what's going on in the world right now, whatever. But if you can find someone who suits what you kind of believe in or blah, 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 they're the sort of people I want to have on my social media.
And how do you raise then? I mean, let's say you've attracted people, you've added people. How do you then raise the concept of Juice Plus or the business with people without it seeming a bit awkward?
So I don't tend to go in and say, hi, I do Juice Plus, blah, blah, blah. But what I do is I like to go through their social media. So I'll like some of their stuff, comment on some of their stuff, ask them questions about some of their stuff. And there's two things here. So one of them is kind of like the technical side of it, the algorithm side of it, and Facebook doing its job or Instagram doing its job. Whereas if you interact more with someone else's social media, automatically your stuff will start featuring more on their newsfeed. That is just how Facebook works. You want to be a busybody. The more, think about it every single day, the more comments and likes and stuff I do on people's stuff, the more my Instagram and my Facebook is going to get more traffic. If you sit there and be quiet and don't do a lot of interacting with other people, you'll always kind of stay back here in the corner. So really throw yourself out and be a busybody. And the second thing is not the technical part, it's the relationship part. If you become somebody on social media that people know, like, and trust, or, think, oh, she's a friendly person, she's chatty, she's, interested in what I'm doing or whatever, they like to kind of feel warm to you, and they're going to be more interested in the sort of things that you are doing as well. So I comment, and I do start conversations. I'll ask them about what they've been up to, or, you know, there's so many different situations, but if someone posts about skin, hair, anything to do with health, making money, etc., I am not afraid to go in there and say, I really hope you don't mind me messaging, but I saw your status and I have something that I think that you'd be really interested in. And don't be afraid of what they can say. I think fear holds a lot of people back. You're like, oh, but what if they ignore me, or but what if they block me, or what if they tell me to, you know, F off or something. I've definitely had that before, but I just think they're having a bad day. It's not a reflection on me, and I know what I'm, you know, giving out to people is something that can help hundreds of people, and I have no shame in that. So get rid of the fear. Think about what's the worst thing that could happen, and then think, okay, that's actually not that bad. Would it ruin my day? No, not if I don't let it. And so just go out there and try and make loads of connections with people.
Rachel, absolutely fantastic. So we're just sort of coming to a close now. Sorry. But I just wanted to ask you, you know, what, for those people that are looking at this for the first time or very early on, and they're thinking, well, look, you know, I'm so busy already. I don't know if I've got time to give to this, you know. What would you say to those people that are just at the start and, you know, and they're just umming and ahhing a little bit about it?
I truly believe that people have time for things that they care about. I think time is a funny thing, and if it's something that you truly want to do and you're excited about it, I think you will find time. And without going massively into my story with this, when I first joined, I was that exact person. So I had my mum in Southampton Hospital, my dad in a hospital in Dorchester. I was a third-year university student in London writing my dissertation, and I had a part-time job. I was traveling between London, Southampton, Dorchester, and back, all over the place. But I actually saw the opportunity and thought, this is going to be a priority for me now. You are in charge of what you make a priority and what you put on the back burner. And that is really down to you. But on the flip side, some people are point blank busier than other people. In that sense, get super organized with your day. So, you know, make sacrifices here, there, and everywhere, and think, do you know what? I would quite like to do that, but is that going to grow my business? And in the long term, in 5 years' time, what's going to get me there? So I, as a student, and, you know, when I was 25 and things, I was missing some nights out. I was missing some, you know, whatever. And in my head, I did think like, oh, I'm gutted. I've got a bit of FOMO, fear of missing out, of all my friends doing this, that, and the other. But I thought, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to have over 6 figures with Juice Plus. And, you know, I've got 2 children, and it's mine and my fiance's only sole income into this household. And, you know, I'm 31 now, he's 30, and like we will never work for anybody else again. We have our business, it's set. So those small sacrifices were so worth it. So get super organized, be honest with yourself, and think like, is this an easy way to say I'm too busy, or is it this important to me? Find something that makes you really excited about the business, because when you come from excitement, it's funny the kind of nooks and crannies you'll find in your day to kind of sneak and try and work your business. There's people in the team that have said they built their business by sneaking it on their job shift, sneaking to the toilet to kind of place orders whilst they're on the loo, and their colleagues are going to think they've got some sort of bowel problem because they're constantly going to the toilet, but that's because it was important to them, so they just found a way to make it work.
Well, that's amazing, Rachel. Thank you very much indeed. I mean, tremendous. And I love it, just straight from the heart, very, very honest. And your success is absolutely tremendous. So well done for all of the time that you put aside all the other distractions and you just went for it.
Thank you so much.
Stunningly impressive. Now, a number of people on the chat are saying, well, look, we'd love to follow you on Instagram. What's your handle on Instagram?
My Instagram is Rachel, Rachel, and then it's M-E for my middle names, Mary Elizabeth, Allen, A-L-L-E-N. So just all one word, Rachel M-E Allen.
Great. Well, we'll all look out for you. Yeah, so Rachel, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
The kids, and the garden looks beautiful, by the way.
I know, very lucky.
It's amazing that the kids can just run into the garden at any time.
Oh yeah, they love it. My daughter is always, I mean, you can see her toys and trampoline and stuff out there. She's always out there.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you very, very much for coming on. We do appreciate it so much. Thank you very, very much, Paula, for your beautiful presentation, amazing presentation at the beginning. Thank you very, very much, Geoff, for coming on as well, for talking about Perform and all of its experience as a cyclist. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. I will post this up as a recording. And have a great rest of the evening. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you both. Thanks, Rachel. Bye. Bye.